Hi, boys and girls. Well, today we're going to read about some people who live in the Arctic. We're going to come across two indigenous groups that live in the Arctic Circle and what they do to survive there. So this book is called Living in the Arctic. That is the title, and it's written by Alan Fowler, who is the author of Living in the Arctic. So I'm interested to find out, how do people live in the Arctic? Is it the same as how we live here in St. Mary's County, or is it different? Let's take a look and see. Living in the Arctic. So here's our title page. On a cold, snowy day, people sometimes say, "It's Arctic weather." Do you know where the Arctic is? Do you remember where the Arctic is? Is it the North Pole or the South Pole? The North Pole, that's right. Arctic is at the top, where the polar bears live. So we have the Arctic, and it is water surrounded by land. Oh, here we go. The Arctic Circle is an area of land and water around the North Pole. Parts of the United States, Canada, and other countries are in the Arctic Circle, but most of the Arctic is a body of water called the Arctic Ocean. Here we have it, right here. So there is the water surrounded by land. So the North Pole is actually in the water. Almost all the Arctic Ocean is covered with a thick ice cap. The edges of this ice cap melt in summer. Ships can then sail along the coasts of the Arctic lands. So they're sailing around the coast because you can sail around the Arctic Circle. In summer, you can see the sun nearly all night long. This is because the North Pole is facing the sun during the summer. So the Earth is tilted towards the sun, and so it continually orbits or rotates around, and you can see the sun for most of the night. There is a little sunlight during the Arctic winter. And this is because the North Pole is facing away from the sun. Days are almost as dark as nights. So, in the winter, in the Arctic Circle, it looks like it's mainly night. And in the summer, it looks like it's mainly day. Much of the land within the Arctic Circle is called tundra. Snow covers the tundra in winter. The soil is frozen. Only the top 12 inches of soil thaw out in the summer. Then grass, moss, and shrubs can grow, but not trees. So that's something that's different than what we have, because trees do grow in our area, but not on the Arctic tundra. People find ways to live in the cold Arctic regions. Do you ever wear a parka, a jacket with a hood? The first people to make parkas were probably the Inuit people. Inuit live in the Arctic regions of Canada and Alaska. So that's something that's the same. Many of us wear a parka in the winter. Mine does not have fur around the hood though, but some people do. Inuit travel on water in boats called kayaks, or longer boats called umiaks. They build igloos of hard snow. Well, that's something that's a bit different. I just use a kayak on the weekend and sometimes just to play around on the water. I don't use it to travel from place to place. And I live in a house rather than an igloo. So that's something that's a bit different. But more often, Inuit homes are made of stone or covered with animal skins. Inuit also live in towns. Well, that's something that's the same. I live in St. Mary's County, and that has a town in it, the town of Hollywood or California, and they live in sometimes houses made of skin. That's something that's different. I don't live in a house made of skins. Inuit artists make beautiful carvings out of whalebone, walrus tusks, or a rock called soapstone. We have artists that make artwork that we can see, and sometimes it's made out of wood or stone. So that's something that's the same. The Sami people are people who live in the Arctic parts of Russia, Finland, Sweden, and Norway. Some Sami tend reindeer. They get milk and meat from the reindeer. They use the hides for clothing. Well, that's something that's different because I usually get my milk from a store. I don't get my milk from a reindeer. And I don't get my meat from a reindeer either. I get it from the store. So that's something that's different. I also don't wear clothing like this, but I do wear a hat, just not the same as this kind. Some other Arctic animals are polar bears, musk oxen, Arctic foxes, and hares. All have heavy coats to help keep them warm. We've read about those animals before. Seals, walrus, and whales swim in the Arctic Ocean. Many birds nest in the Arctic, such as puffins, loons, and ducks. I don't think we have any puffin birds that live around here, or walrus either. So that's something that's a bit different. People must be clever and animals must be tough to live in the Arctic cold. Words you know. We have Arctic, igloo, Inuit, kayak, muskox, puffins, simi, tundra, and walruses. So, my kindergarten friends, I would like you to get your journals and divide your page either in half this way or half this way. And I want you to think of one thing that is the same that we share in common with the Inuit and Sami people, or on the other side of the page, please draw something that is different. I can think of one thing that's the same. I wear a parka when it's cold, so I could put that in the same section. And something that's different is I don't drink reindeer milk. So I want you to think of something that you have in common and something that is different and write about it in your journal today.